Hello, more information about narcissists. It's like an addiction, and here's why. It's because, well, empaths are now you know um, it's just really important that we expose what can't be seen. This is where narcissists just take advantage all together. They just think, oh, you didn't see that, you didn't see that. What? The world of energy that we live in. It's an invisible place, and they just think, nah, that's not happening. And who knows why that passes as light for them, but it does. And you're supposed to be like this too. Really, it's like this, right? Third eye blind. You're supposed to just, um, boy, it's more like this. It's supposed to be like put your helmet on and not see any of reality and just listen to their version of bullshit. Really. So, here's what's a trip, man. It's fucking gnarly. Fact. You don't need to say any names because they're all exactly alike, babe. When you see that you have a narcissist there, poor little things. They're just little children up till I don't know if they ever grow up out of it. Sam Vaknin says that there's a certain uh, age rank where some people grow out of certain uh, narc- uh, extreme traits of narcissism. I think a lot of it is egoic or something like the false self they can't manage it anymore. And guess what? Some of them get that they have absolutely related Alzheimer's disease to. It's kind of a form of dementia. It's the mind. It's firing in a certain way that just says, now we have really some of it is saying, no, that's in fact just narcissism gone to town. Says, I don't remember anything. I'm not interested in it because why? I was never real. I can care less. Of course, you didn't love me. I didn't love you either, right? It was just about the money. You know what I mean? So, gosh, I wouldn't be surprised that, yeah, of course, it's coming up more and more. You'll see dementia and Alzheimer's happening. Um, boy, the subject matter is just nothing but, yeah, if you are interested in human relationships and love, if you know the contrast, the difference, maybe, because yeah, of course, you're questioning. You're like, well, what did I do? What just happened? Like for me, it's experiencing um, just number one, babes, is that they're childish. They are just children, little toddlers that they are playing with adult material, adult things that they shouldn't. They shouldn't because it's destructive. It's terrible. Basically, all that they're doing is just if you look at it, it's not that they just destroyed our intimacy and they destroyed our sex life and they destroyed that possibility, the opportunity, or whatever. No, it's that they'll destroy and try and take control of whatever it is that you like, and it could be anything, babes, anything. I'm telling you, when we're talking about bona fide narcissists, there are it's like they're unconscious about this too. They want to destroy anything that is really working for you. Why? Because nothing has ever worked for them ever. Somehow somebody's taken it out of their hands. Somebody has beat it out of their hands continuously. Where they just, of course, now I just got the image of a little baby just going, just crying because somebody violated their personal boundaries. And people are doing that at moments when a child is experiencing something for the first time. It's a vital time and they don't even know it. It's hyper learning and they don't know that they are ruining that fucking child right there. Man, what a subject matter to bring up. Only 4 minutes now. And see, the thing is I just experienced this. Is like, hey, here it is. You can't take it personally, babe. You know what I mean? And one thing you can't do is expect a narcissist. I almost said, just stop calling them narcissists. Just call them toddlers. Little children that are undeveloped still yet. Um, they don't understand that there's like there's a law and order to things. There really is. There's a way that you're going to begin to feel the ease of the right math, say. Like, well, you're not going to get the water to pour uphill Not quite yet, unless you get the machinery. Let's find out what it's really doing and work with it there and then, and see what we can do. And you can do a lot with that. Narcissists are not into those natural laws like that. One time I was being questioned by one. She was. We were about the same age. She's a couple years older than me, and she's there with her little toddler. And I didn't realize what was happening. This is a while ago, but she was actually asking me. I mean, I'm wondering what the hell is this? This was a non-human being. They tend to struggle if you look deep inside of them. Don't do that because they'll notice it and they feel naked, and then you'll just see either they're going to compete with you or they're going to try and get at you. Or, but really, what you'll be witnessing is sheer fear. Fear. They just live in like the deer in the headlights kind of thing. Like they are just absolutely lost inside if you get that glimpse. And so this one comes back to me and literally asks a question that was as simple as like, well, to me it's like, well, didn't you observe that, like, water goes downhill? And I just I didn't realize it at the time. It's like, no, clarify for this person, because they're probably right now they're seeing in black and white. You don't even know these people. They're probably seeing in like this one woman. She admitted to me, and I felt that she was kind of strange. And this is what's happening now, 2022, where she says, well, I don't really see in color. I see, or in I don't see in like that. I see more in ones and zeros. She told me I see in black and white, ones and zero, ones and zero. I don't know what the fuck why she was telling me this. This woman was at least 60 something or even 70 years old, just in great shape. She was born in Turkey, didn't know when. Well, I think there was snow on the ground. It's like, wow, okay. Some people just don't know when they were born, and I think that's interesting. Um, anyway, thanks for listening to all this. Getting back to narcissistic abuse, how I'm pretty sure I'm dealing with warlocks and demonic people. They they might not know that that's just the way that they are getting feed. And I don't want to talk about it much, really. It's just a drain. But they don't get they don't get life. Period. They don't get life. Like I said, it's like the water is going downhill, and can you imagine what you could do with that? No. It's like, first of all, they're such control freaks, and they're like, why? Why does the water have to go downhill? They're looking at you like, why did you have to tell me that? You know that? You're going to tell me? But why? And then they'll give you that same look, like, don't get stuck acting like the fucking narcissist. They're, if you look, it's just, they're these little toddlers, and I always do this, like, they have this walk to them, and, because they're coming from that place of insecurity, it's there, and if they have one up you, if they're walking in confidence like this, it's like, well, what did they do? If they're being really quiet, it's like, oh, what do they do now? If they're walking around with a smile on their face, it's like, oh God, who did they just shiest to start feeling great again? Don't give them the energy, even like a video like this. Just go general and say, just talk about the basic traits that you can notice. It's like, oh shit, you don't expect them. It's too bad, because they do use sex. If you happen to like it. If you don't like sex, they'll use something else. Make sure you can test it out. Just make sure it's something that you don't really like, because it'll be really disappointing when you figure out later on they want to destroy it all away from you. They want to destroy this joy that you get from it. So you can say, just say, I really like these aluminum flowers. These aluminum flowers, I mean, And they will eventually, you'll see, eventually, those aluminum flowers will get crushed. They will crush them. Something will happen, and then if you're genuinely sad about it, they are happy. They are happy about it. They are. They're these people that are out there. They're like this. These are fucking kids, like these weird people that they don't have any self gratification coming from a place that is like a real an achievement that say like other kids can say, wow, how did you do that? And they would really be interested in it. Narcissists will have your kids just, they're crying and upset by the end of the night, and they're waking up upset, lamenting about why did it have to go that certain way. And it's because they don't follow any kind of rules or laws or anything. They don't have any boundaries at all. The boundary breaking is very real. Happened with me because, and here's why it happens. If this is why this is how you are able to ignore red flags, is you're vulnerable. You have a human need. Really, it could be that you have a human need. It's really sad. You just need love. You need, how about this, a relationship. Narcissists are preying on that field of human need, man. They just like, I bet you somebody thinks they can use me, right? But really, they're going to use you like fucking crazy. Like fucking crazy, man. You don't know it if you're genuinely somebody who comes from the inside out, and you're just a giver, and you're just expanding. They don't get that. They don't get it. When you see that they don't get it, you'll see it on an intimate level. You'll say, oh no, really, no, they are sex withholding. They withhold affection away. They think that is something that they find as a choice. And it's like they don't know that is inhumane. It's inhuman. It's nothing that a healthy human being would ever end up doing, because at that very time, you're just that. It's like it's a river. We are flowing rivers, and we don't just withhold within that moment, but that's what they will do because they don't understand. They're not even there as a heart connection. The cerebral narcissist, I'll wrap this up now. We call them cerebral narcissists, but narcissists in general, there's something called cerebral narcissists. It's really fascinating if you look at it. But there's somatic narcissists. There's all kinds of different narcissists. Can't think of one of them now, but all of it to me is cerebral, because they are stuck in their minds. They only have a relationship with things that are going on in their mind, and it includes who you are and everybody and them. It's pretty dangerous because they'll drag you into that shit, you know what I mean? And you can study it. You can say, oh, well, this was a fantasy, and but now this is the reality, and this is the, you know what I mean? And they don't fantasize the way that other people are. Say like, well, I'm thinking of you, babe, and I'll see you next time. They're like, they're using, God, just, I'm looking at it now. Sorry, it's getting long video, but think with me how that they would use that train of thought. Like they know it, that you are thinking of them now, and they can feel it, and they'll be like, yeah, I bet you anything they take that simple math, and it's like the stairs are supposed to go up at a certain rate, and they go like this, and it's gradual, and we do this. They take it, they say, no, kind of like the analogy with the water thing. It's like, well, why does it have to be like that? I'll prove to you it doesn't have to be like that. They're just trying to, control freaks. It's about control. And so it doesn't really matter. I mean, if it happens to be that you use sex to start, it's called confluence within a relationship. It's like, hey, see you next time. All right. And they don't even know that it gets better and better. Sex does. They don't even know that. They narcissists. This is one of the red flags is that if you have sex happening and it's like dynamite the very first time, they make sure it's like that. But then you'll see they're not there for that. They're not there for sex. The reason why that healthy human beings are. First of all, there could be genuine care going on between you guys, like you actually feel for people. You know, there's at least a curiosity to see. There's all kinds of red flags that will come up, and you'll ignore it because you're in a deep need. You're in some kind of weakness. They can't get close to healthy people very well. And they don't stay around healthy people. Not really. It's usually a transactional relationship, of course, and I that's not a bad thing to me. If you ask me, it's like, well, of course it should be transactional. The thing is that narcissists, okay, what did we think of when I said the word transactional? Money. And that's like all that they think of. And of course, that's all you're thinking of. And it's like, well, unfair because it's like, well, we have to think of it every once in a while. And it's like, yeah, but you. And it's like, no, me, actually, I know how to give. You know what I mean? And so getting back to that intimate point where there's a transaction, they choose withholding and all this non-giving, non-loving, just straight out violent, mean, and abusive shit. And it happens, unfortunately, it just happens right on that spur of the moment, right at the spur of the moment. And it's like, you're being rejected, you're being shut out, and then the thing that they will pull on you. It's just very predictable. All of them will try to turn it around on you, and just with the sex withholding thing, they'll try and call you, oh, well, that's just bad. You shouldn't want that. They'll try to make you feel like that it's bad that you want pleasure and love and affection and to carry on with the climax and all that stuff. They'll just make you feel like you're selfish and you don't deserve it somehow. And almost try and make you believe it. And really, the only thing capable of making anybody feel like that they don't deserve that kind of stuff, like right then and there from other people, is fucking highly abusive people. Highly fucking dangerous, in fact, people. Watch out.